Peace. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I ran out of space on my goddamn laptop and the video stopped abruptly. But this is going to be part 2. I'm sorry that it cut off. I wanted to actually put it all in one video, and this will be a long video, so maybe it was good that it kind of cut off. But I left off right here with this picture of me and Aaliyah, okay? If you look, I was pointing out how my skull is round. If you look at my skull, you can see that it's small. For one, it's very small, and it is very round, okay? It's very round and very small. I have a small round chin, okay? My jaw is not wide. I don't have a long bone on the side, okay? I don't have that long bone stop, shifts. No, you don't see that on my skull. Now with Aaliyah, when you look at it, okay, I need you to X out the hair and the makeup. Alright, I want you to focus on the skull and even look at the eyes. Just look at how the mouth looks. Look at the mouth and look at the eyes and look at the nose. You can look at those features right there and you can tell that is a boy, that is a man. Alright, but I want you to focus on the bones of the skull right now. Alright, pay attention to what I just told you to my skull. Pay attention. You see this right here on the side? How it comes down, how it's round. How it's round, it comes down sharply. Alright, tapers up top and comes down round sharply. Alright, you don't get that with Aaliyah. What you get with Aaliyah, pay attention. Do you see how this long bone is on the side? It's long. Alright, it's not, it doesn't taper and come down sharply. It can't, because it's a stop point right there. Alright, it's straight stop point and it shifts into that jaw, and then you have that big fucking chin. Alright, you see it? And then it does the same, shifts into that jaw, stop point, and the other side of the skull. Alright, so what you have to understand when you're looking at a female, and then you're looking at a female right here, and then you're looking at a man over here, the difference is the bones. Alright, the bones. Focus on the bones. That's what's different. The B-O-N-E-S. The bones are different, okay? Look at it. You can see that my skull is small and my mandible is even small. It's not big. It's not wide, alright? I don't have a long bone on the side, alright? I don't have that. Like Aaliyah, you see it. Bam. Long bone on the side. You don't see that with me. All you see is it tapers right here. It comes down and then it sharply comes down. My jaw sharply and comes back around, alright? That's a round female skull. This is a square male skull, okay? That's the difference, alright? You have to understand that a female skull and a male skull are not the same. They are completely different, okay? Completely different, alright? But they had programmed people to not be able to distinguish between a male and a female, and that is very sad. That's a deception. That's some deep. That's cold-blooded for real. All right. So this is Aaliyah. Aaliyah younger, and look, transitioning. You can see the boy in Aaliyah's face. You can see the big, massive skull. You can see that big mandible. Look at it. Look how wide the mandible is. All right. All right. This individual has that dominant male eye. Okay. And what is Aaliyah doing? The one-eye symbolism. Now everybody thought this was Aaliyah's style, and this is the way Aaliyah wanted to do her hair, do his hair. No, Aaliyah did this so everybody else can start doing it, so everybody else can be walking around worshiping the one-eyed God, the devil. All right, that's why Aaliyah did this. This is not a fashion trend. Whenever you see these celebrities doing this, it has nothing to do with fashion. It is the one-eye symbolism representing paying homage to their one-eyed God, the devil, demon. Okay. Alright, so wow, the male glare is clear. There is absolutely zero sunshine in Aaliyah's eyes. No sunshine here, no sunshine here. What these celebrities do is try to get contacts. They'll try to get contacts to brighten up their eyes because they know that men have a dominant male glare. As you can see right now, look at Aaliyah. Look, you can see the dominant male glare in Aaliyah's eyes. They tried to soften this up, but you can't. I mean, it's a man, y'all. Y'all gotta understand this. Do you see? Remember what I was just telling you about my skull? And you see how it doesn't have a long bone on the side? You don't see big, huge bones in my face. You see that it is round. And on Aaliyah's, you see that long side bone stop point shifts? Okay. That's what I'm talking about here. The same thing. Long bones on the side, long. It shifts into that jaw. It shifts into that jaw, okay? And then the chin. You see it. 1 stop point, 2 stop point, 3 stop point, 4 stop point. Alright? Those are sides, long sides, and the jaw is wide. You don't see that on females' jaw, on female skulls. You don't. Females, whether they're skinny, they're fat, it doesn't matter. They're going to have a round skull. If they're fat, they're going to be fat with a what? A round skull. If they're skinny, they're going to be skinny what? With a round skull, okay? If a male is skinny, he's going to have what? A square skull. If a male is fat, he's still going to have what? A square skull. It's just that simple, y'all. It's just that simple. What these individuals have done, these evil people in Hollywood, they have y'all thinking that this is how female skulls are. They have y'all thinking that this is the female skull right here that you're looking at. When it's a man's skull, it's a male skull, y'all. This is some pictures of Aaliyah when Aaliyah was younger. This is Aaliyah. I don't know if this was supposed to be at a prom or if this was just a photo op, some fake ass picture they put together. But you can see that Aaliyah has a tuck going on, a poor tuck at that. Aaliyah is straight up and down, doing those same one-eye symbolism, okay? This individual is nothing but a goddamn man. That's it. Aaliyah is a goddamn man. Here's Aaliyah when Aaliyah was younger. You can see how wide the shoulders are, how long the arms are, the straight torso, okay? And the same square skull, okay? It doesn't matter if they're younger or older. They're still going to have the male skull. They're still going to have the male traits and characteristics, okay? Again, some pictures of Aaliyah when Aaliyah was younger. If you look at these pictures, you can see the boy in Aaliyah. You see Aaliyah is a goddamn boy. This is a boy. Alright, this is not a girl. This is boy eyes. No sunshine in the eyes. The long bones on the side, it does not change, y'all. And it shifts into that wide jaw. The jaw is very wide, okay? The skull is very wide. It's a square skull. It is a square skull. This is a boy. A boy, okay? Not a girl, a boy. Again, you see Aaliyah, alright? You see Aaliyah. I told you when they wear these hats, that's that one-eye symbolism shit right there. It comes down on the eye, covering the eye and exposing the other eye. That's one-eye symbolism, but I want you to focus on Aaliyah's skull. You see that it is a square, blocky skull. You see the neck. You see the Adam's apple in the neck, alright? The same over here. Giving you that one-eye symbolism, okay? With that big-ass mandible and the Adam's apple in the throat. And that A is a pyramid. That is a pyramid right there. Alright? Okay, now look at Aaliyah. Look at the bone. Look, see? I just showed you this picture right here. Look. Right here. I just showed my skull. I just showed my skull right here, and I just showed Aaliyah's skull, okay? I wanted to point out that the mandible in a female is different. As you can see, it's round. And the mandible on a male is different because it's long right here. It stops and shifts into the jaw, okay? That is the difference. Females have a round mandible and a round skull overall. Males have a square mandible and a square skull overall. Okay? It's the same here with Aaliyah. You see that Aaliyah has that long bone. Look at it on the side and it shifts into the jaw. You see it. The long bone on the side shifts into the jaw. That is not how female skulls are, y'all. It's not. Aaliyah has a sloped forehead with a brow bossing in the middle right there. You see that sloped brow bossing. Alright, you see that brow bone right there in the middle of the head. That's what Aaliyah has. Well, right here, you see it. It's right there. Females don't have this. Females don't have a sloped forehead with a brow bone in the middle. No, they don't. Alright, as you can see, the mandible, like I pointed out in the previous slide, straight bone, shifts into that jaw. The females is what? Round. It's very small and it is rounded. The males is big. It is square. The overall skull of a male is big. The overall skull of a female is small. Okay? Now look at Aaliyah right here. You see that long side bone shifts, the chin, the other side of the jaw, and the other side of the skull is a square skull. Because Aaliyah is a damn man, y'all. I'm telling you, look at it. You can see it. You can see it right here. You can see that the jaw is long right here, and it shifts. The female's is curved. It's curved. It's round. It's circular. It's round, y'all. It's not straight. Stop, point, and shift like this one. You see it straight like a goddamn, you make a line on a piece of paper. Bam. Stop, point, and you can stop, and then you shift it over. That's the way male skulls, mandibles are. Okay, yes, I can't express enough that looking on the outside will only keep us blind. We have to look at the bones, not the weave, not the hair, not the makeup, designer clothes, and so forth, because it's all a distraction to keep us dumbed down. So that's the deception, y'all. The deception is the outer part. If we learn, if we start to look at the bones, then we'll get it, and we won't continue being mind fucked by the powers that be. We won't continue letting them control our mind and to see things that they want us to see. And we'll see things from our own view, the way it's supposed to be seen. Alright, so here's Aaliyah. This is from the Try Again video. And you see Aaliyah wearing a big ass dog leash. Look, it even got the piece on it where you can connect the dog leash. Look at that shit. But this individual probably did that because that Adam's apple was bulging out and probably didn't get the surgery to have it shaved down, or it grew back and it has to go back under the knife. Yes, you see that it has a really big mandible, a big square skull. And what do you notice most about Aaliyah when you look at this picture? That straight torso, okay? When you look over here, you see that the male's torso is straight. He comes down straight. Straight torso, no hip. Straight torso, no hip. Males don't have hips, okay? Females have hips. You see the female's torso is not straight. They're going to have a waist indent, a hip indent, and the indent is going to come down to the hips, okay? Every female on the face of this earth has an arch in her back and a waist indent. Without a hip indent, it's not a real woman. It's going to be a man, a male, okay? Aaliyah is a man, a male. Aaliyah has wide shoulders. They're wider than the lower part of the body, okay? This individual is doing the notorious tranny pose, excuse me. Aaliyah is doing the tranny pose, trying to push his, he doesn't have no hip, trying to push his side over, okay, and make it look like he has a hip. But if you know what to look for, if you know the anatomy, you'll know that Aaliyah is straight up and down from the torso all the way down to the side of the legs on the male. All right, there's no hips on the male. Males don't have hips. Females do. Males have a penis. Females have a vagina. Okay, males don't have breast up top and a penis. Males have a penis with a male chest plate. Females have breasts with a vagina. That's the way God created man and woman. Alright? Alright? Compare the diagram. Aaliyah has the male torso again, is pushing his body over to the side, trying to give you an illusion of something, but there's nothing there, y'all. Aaliyah is just straight up and down. Alright? Straight up and down, a straight up and down male. You see the female right here has a hip indent, which leads to the hips. The shoulders are very small and they align with the hips. The male's upper body is wider than his lower body, okay? His torso is straight. He doesn't have hips like the female does. He doesn't have a hip indent like the female does. He doesn't have curves, okay? A male is straight. A male is masculine. His shoulders are wider than the lower part of his body, just like Aaliyah. Now, if Aaliyah was standing straight, you would see that Aaliyah has wider shoulders. They're wider than the lower part of the body, okay? And you would see that Aaliyah is a goddamn man, straight up and down. You can see it even if this individual doesn't stand straight. Come on now. I'm skinny, y'all. I'm skinny. I'm skinny like this. I'm small frame. I'm skinny. But you can best believe I have a motherfucking hip indent. I have an indent right here which leads to the hips, alright? I don't have much hips because I'm skinny, but guess what? I don't look like this. This individual is straight up and fucking down. Wow. Wow, people don't know, like, y'all don't know the anatomy. Come on now, you gotta know that females have to have this hip indent. They have to, because they have to have childbearing hips, okay? And you see that the male does not have any hips because his body is not created to carry children. I keep telling y'all this. Now look at the pelvis. You see, this is the females on the left and this is the males on the right. The female's pelvis is wider. It is wider and the male's is narrow, which means it's up more, okay? It's not wider, it's narrow, okay? You see that the female's is wider because the female has a wider pelvis for childbearing, okay? And the more the female gives birth, the wider the pelvis is, okay? That's how, if they was to find a female's dead body, all right, and no identification or nothing, you know what they're going to look at? They're going to look at the pelvis and they're going to look at the skull, okay? They're going to look at the pelvis to see if the female, they can look at the pelvis and tell you how many children that the female has had, okay? They can look at the pelvis to see if it's narrow or wide, okay? They can look at it. They can tell the difference from a female's pelvis and a male's pelvis because they're made different. Look at the bones. Look at the overall bones. Look at how it's shaped. Look, you see that the male's is shaped more like a heart. Look at it. You see that? That's like a heart shape, okay? Like the female skull is more of a heart shape, and the male's is more of a square and it's big. All right, this is the same for the opposite for the male. The male's has a heart pelvis, all right, and the female's pelvis is wider, okay? Females have to have a wider pelvis because this is for childbearing. Okay, now look at Aaliyah. You look at the pelvis area, you see that there is no female pelvis. This individual's leg is open, but I mean, there's no hips, there's no waist indent, there's nothing womanly on Aaliyah, nothing. These are testosterone chests. This individual, I mean, not testosterone, sorry, estrogen chests, because this individual is taking estrogen. That's why Aaliyah looks soft and feminine, because Aaliyah is taking estrogen. Now, I don't know if Aaliyah was castrated. I'm not sure, but I can tell you that Aaliyah has to be taking estrogen to look soft and feminine, okay? It has to be doing something to look soft in the face, all right? But the overall anatomy is that of a male, all right? Where is the hip indent? Where? Tell me. Where is it at? This is a straight freaking pelvis. You see that rib cage? Now, male's rib cage is much bigger than the female's rib cage. A female's rib cage is very small. Even though this individual is small, you can see that the rib cage is very big because this is a man, alright? Straight long torso. The torso is long. It's long as torso and not a waist indent in sight. No hips in sight. Nothing. Straight up and down. This is a straight up and down Baphomet. It's an illusionist looking disgusting Baphomet, and it's doing a Baphomet stance. This is a Baphomet stance right here with a damn dog leash on. Wow. Alright, so we know that male and female skulls are not the same. We can look at the two and tell the difference. I showed you mine. Let me go back. I showed you my skull here. It is round. My jaw is round. It's not big and massive. You see Aaliyah's is long, stop, point, and shifts. Here, I showed you that my skull is round. It's not big. It's not massive. Aaliyah's is square. Mine is round, long side bones, and it shifts into the jaw. Okay, mine is just rounded. That's it. Okay, so we know that females have a round skull, and we know that males have a square skull. Are not the same. Females and the male skulls are not the same. The male skull is bigger and more blockier, squared. The female's skull is smaller and rounded, V-cut in shape. The males and females' torsos are not the same. Females' torsos are not straight. Males' torsos are, because males are not created to carry children. Females have an arch, hip indent and hips, no matter the size. All women have those 3 traits because females were created to carry children. Without a hip indent, female's pelvis is wider. As you can see, it's wide, okay? It's very wider, alright? And it's wider for childbearing. You see that the female has it comes in. You see how it comes in. It comes in, it comes down, alright? This is a female's body shape. Alright, now we're on the Adam's apple. The projection in front of the neck that is formed by the thyroid cartilage and is particularly prominent in who? Males, not females. Is prominent in males, okay? We have to understand that in order to understand that females are not walking around with 2 lumps and rocks in her throat. Okay? You see this male right here. He has a square, blocky skull right here. His skull is square, is blocky. You see the throat. Look at it. You see that big ass trachea. Look at it. Look how big it is. You see the 2 balls in the throat. That's the male trait. This is a male trait and characteristic. Okay, it looks normal on a male because guess what? It belongs on a male. It doesn't look normal on a female. You cannot sit up here and say that a female is walking around with a neck throat like this because it's not the trait of a woman. It's for men. So if you see females with it, it's going to look odd. Alright? Like this right here. Like Aaliyah. If you look at Aaliyah, when you look at the throat, you see that rock in his throat. You see it. You see how big the neck is, and you see the big ass mandible right here and how wide the skull is. Alright? Now, I need my men who are in relationships, who's married, who has a wife. Alright? You know damn well that your wife is not walking around with a throat like this. You know that. You know that. Come on now, men. You know that your wife is not walking around with a throat like this. You cannot sit up here and say that your wife has a throat like this that's big and protruding out with 2 rocks in it. Because they're not. Because it belongs on what? Males. Like you see, this man right here with the big square, massive blocky skull, okay? And his neck matches his skull. It is big. It is used to hold the skull, alright? Aaliyah is the same. Aaliyah has a big square blocky skull with a big neck and an Adam's apple in the throat, okay? Damn, y'all sleeping. You gotta wake up. Adam's apple does not belong on a female, period. You see that? Men, your woman and your girl is not walking around like this. Alright, you see that jaw and how sharp it is. Look. Stop point and it shifts into the jaw. You see it? Slope forehead. That's some Aaliyah's a goddamn man. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Alright. Now look at this. Female thyroid cartilage from above is at what angle? 120-degree angle. The thyroid angle, okay? You see the thyroid angle, alright? The male thyroid cartilage from above is at a 90-degree angle. That's why it protrudes out, okay? The female does not. Look, you see, I'm going to watch the cursor. Watch the arrow straight across. Bam. You see the difference in that? You see how protruded out that is? It's at a 90-degree angle, which means it pushes out further. The female is at 120-degree angle, which means it's pushed back. It's not protruded out. It's pushed back, alright? A female thyroid cartilage is not like the male's thyroid cartilage, okay? The female does not have an Adam's apple protruding out. The male has an Adam's apple protruding out, okay? Females are not walking around with Adam's apples. Alright, so now here's a video that I would like for you to watch. I'm going to push pause because I don't want to get a copyright. So I'm going to push pause on this video. Alright, so look at the throat. Look at Aaliyah's throat. You have to look carefully. Alright, listen. I want you to focus on the throat only. Don't look at Aaliyah's face. Alright, because that's what's fooling us. Don't look at the hair. Don't look at the makeup because that's the deception, y'all. Alright? Right now, I want you to focus on the Adam's apple. Okay? That's what I want you to focus on. Look at it. Look. Look at that throat. Look at that throat. It is just like, look, you see it right here. It is just like this right here. It's just like this male's throat. It's the same exact way. And we know that females don't have this kind of throat, okay? So you have to ask yourself, okay, Aaliyah has a goddamn Adam's apple, so Aaliyah must be what? A goddamn man. That's why Aaliyah has the throat of a male. Because Aaliyah is a male. Pay attention. Look at the throat. Look at it. Look at that shit. Look at the throat. Look at it. Oh my God. Look at that. Look at that goddamn throat. Wow. Look at it. Look. Hold up. Let me take you to this again. Remember, the female's thyroid angle, the male's thyroid angle is at a 90 degree, which means it pushes out more. The females is at 120 degrees. The females is pushed back. Alright, you're not going to see it. You see how thin it is compared to the males and how thick it is. Alright? Again, we're going to look at this again. Pay attention. Throat only. Look. Damn, look at that shit. Look. Wow, man. Wow, wow, wow. Damn, they have been pulling the wool over our eyes, yo. Look, Aaliyah, look. Aaliyah looks soft and feminine, right? Aaliyah looks soft. Aaliyah looks feminine. But if you look deep down into the soul, look at them eyes. Look at them eyes, even from the side view. Look at them goddamn eyes. Aaliyah has the soul of a male because Aaliyah is a goddamn man. Wow. And they put this big ass, I believe they realized that shit was protruding out, so they put this big ass Aaliyah name right here. Big ass Aaliyah name to cover that Adam's apple, but nope. We already know what the deal is. We already know what it is. Damn. They fooled us, y'all. Look. They fool us, y'all. They fool us. This individual is a goddamn Decepticon. Aaliyah is a transgender. You have to learn the anatomy. Focus on the bones. Don't look at the outside. That's the deception, y'all. The hair, the makeup. Any man can grow hair. Know this. I have 5 boys. I grew all their hair out. Okay, their hair was long. They had a head full of hair. Okay, I even braided some of their hair. Alright, until I decided to cut it. Alright, if I never cut their hair would be long. Just like Aaliyah's hair is now. Okay? So, men can grow their, boys can grow their hair out. Alright, men can grow their hair out. They can get long hair. Alright, so don't be fooled by the hair. Alright, men can put on makeup. We know that men can transform their asses by putting on makeup. Alright, men go under the knife. They get facial feminization surgery and they get the bone shaved off. If you watch my previous videos, you will see what I'm talking about. Alright, if you've been following me, you know what I'm talking about when I say men get facial feminization surgery and how they get their bones chopped out their face. Okay? That's what Aaliyah has done. That's why Aaliyah looks soft and feminine. Okay? And the reason why Aaliyah looks pretty, Aaliyah is a pretty transgender because Aaliyah was a handsome boy. Aaliyah was a cute boy, so Aaliyah's going to make a handsome, a cute transgender. Okay? So don't ask me, oh, well, they look so soft and feminine and they have long hair and they have breasts and this, that, and the third. It's all deception. It's surgery. It's deception. They're wearing dead man's makeup, okay? There's nothing wrong with wearing makeup, but when these motherfuckers wear it, okay, they're wearing it to deceive your ass, okay? They put on piles and piles of makeup, all right? The way you would put on a dead body, that's what they do. They put on piles and piles of goddamn makeup. Look. Look. at the energy, y'all. It's wearing contacts in the eye to make the eyes look softer. But it's a boy. Look at the mandible on the side, y'all. Look at it. That is a goddamn man. Aaliyah is a goddamn trans fucking gender. Look at that mandible. Wow. Look. We're going to look at that Adam's apple one more time. One more time, y'all. You see when it just swallowed how it moved? Hold up. Wow. Damn. Go back. Look, cooperate. Don't do this to me. Why is it doing it? Alright, here we go. Pay attention. Yo, it moved when it just swallowed. Look. Damn, that shit big as hell. If that individual would do one big gulp, y'all would really see it move. Look. Look. Look at that throat, y'all. I'm done. Adam's apple. Look. Adam's apple does not belong on a female. Aaliyah is not a goddamn female. Aaliyah is a transgender. You can see the skull, you can see the mandible, and you see the Adam's apple in the throat. Aaliyah is a goddamn man. Alright, so diagram of male and female, which looks closer to Aaliyah. You see the diagram of the female right here on the left, the diagram of the male. The male is straight up and down, just like Aaliyah. Aaliyah is straight up and down with an Adam's apple in the throat. Okay, so you have to see that Aaliyah has all these male traits and characteristics. The only thing that you see that's womanly is the deception, the outside, not the bones, not the anatomy, the hair and the makeup. The anatomy, the bones are telling us that Aaliyah is a man. The makeup and the hair is telling you, the ones who are sleep sheep, that is a female. But when you look at the anatomy, it's telling us that as a man, Aaliyah is straight up and down torso. I'm skinny, y'all, and I'm not straight up and down like this, okay? I have a hip indent, and I'm small, all right? I don't have big hips, but guess what? I have hips. I gave birth to 6 children, 5 boys, 1 girl, all right? My daughter's my firstborn, and I have 5 boys. So you know I know what a fucking male torso looks like, okay? You know I know a male's anatomy, all right? All my boys have past puberty, that stage, okay? So I know what happens when they hit puberty, all right? They get this big ass rock in the throat, okay? All right? Aaliyah is taking estrogen, and Aaliyah is wearing makeup and a womanly style hairstyle, okay? And wearing womanly clothes, but it's a man. The anatomy is telling us the truth, okay? You have to see it. Wow. Okay, this is Aaliyah, and as you can see, Aaliyah has some very wide shoulders. The shoulders are very wide. Look at the shoulders on this character, the straight mandible, the one-eye symbolism. It's an illusionist playing tricks on the masses, alright? So, I want to read this to you. Try to zoom it in for you to see better, but I'm going to take it off the screen. Alright. The differences in the neck and the shoulders between men and girls are very visible. Men have wider necks, as you can see. The shoulders are considerably wider, as you can see, and even on Aaliyah, they're very wide. Really a lot wider. Plus the men have this trapezoid, which are traps right here, muscles, which forms a bulge between the neck and the shoulder, okay? So you see it. You see how it slopes down and it comes out? Alright, not all males have that slope and comes down, but this is just one example, alright? Some men can have straight across shoulders, alright? But some have that slope and it comes out, alright? With them traps right there. The females is softer, the shoulders are smaller, and the clavicle is smaller. It's not long and wide and big. Aaliyah, you see Aaliyah has wide, broad shoulders. Look at Aaliyah's fucking, hold up. Nope. Look at this. Let me move this over. Hold up. I'll rearrange some shit right here because I need to blow this picture up. Hold the fuck up. Look at Aaliyah's face. Now, I need you to focus. Alright? Pay attention. Don't look at Aaliyah's hair. Don't look at Aaliyah's makeup. Don't look at Aaliyah's earring. I want you to look at Aaliyah's bones. The bones. That's what I need you to focus on right now. Now, look at Aaliyah's mandible. Look at Aaliyah's mandible. Look at the energy. Feel the energy. Come on now. Right now, I'm right. Let me see, who am I talking to right now? Am I talking to I want to talk to my men. All right, I want to talk to the males right here, right now. I want to talk to my males, my men. Men, you have to understand that females are soft and sensual. All right, they're soft. Okay, they're feminine. Okay, they don't have this big, huge skull. Women, females, girls are soft and gentle. Alright, they're not masculine, and they don't have big ass bones in the face. They don't have wide ass shoulders as you see right here. No, they don't. Okay, pay attention. Just look at this. Stare at it for like a couple of seconds. Just stare at it. Look at the bones. Look at the mandible. Look at the side bone. The side bone that I always tell you about. Look at it and how it shifts into that jaw, and then that chin, and then the other one. This right here is a square fucking skull. This is a boy. This is a man, y'all. You don't see that shit? If you don't see it, you're blind as a fucking bat. You're sleeping. It's time to wake the fuck up. It's time to wake up, y'all. It's time to wake up. This deception has gone on for far too long. Alright, I'm gonna cut this video short right here because I'm gonna do a part 3 because it's too long. Alright, so I have to cut it short. Part 1, I'm gonna put that up. That's like 15 minutes long. The video had cut off, and this part is part 2, and I'm gonna do the part 3. I'm gonna finish it up. So, but I need you to remember this picture right here. The energy of this individual, the mandible, the skull, the overall skull, and look at the goddamn shoulders. Everything is screaming man. The anatomy is telling us that Aaliyah is a goddamn man. You have to see it. Look at the eye. Look at the eye. It's a male. That's a man. That's a man glaring at you, staring at you. That is a male glare. Look at that eyeball. Look at it. It's not soft. No sunshine in that eye. No contact. See how the individual had contacts on the other pictures? This is no contacts here. Okay? Damn, y'all. Alright, so this is part 2. I'm about to do part 3. Okay?